Hello, everyone. Thank you for tuning in to the Creative Council. My name is Natasha, and today I wanted to talk about a new subject and a new thing I'm going to be doing on the channel called Prophetic Insights, where I will be discussing dreams that God is allowing me to release so that we can have insight and just as things pan out in my country, which is America, but also in the world. I think it's important for us to have prophetic insights pertaining what's coming, and so we can be prepared and not be taken by surprise or whatnot. So anyhow, I will be sharing dreams that God has given me, so that we can pray into it, and individuals who hear it can pray into it, and also so that you can share your dreams in the comments and we can be praying for each other's nations, because a lot of my followers are from different countries, like Africa, South Africa, parts of Asia, South America, so on and so forth. Anyhow, so yeah, let me just get into this dream. So in this dream, I was looking at a room, and this room was completely white, like sterile, sanitized, looked really nice. And there was this white sofa. It was like clean, pristine. And I was hovering, so I wasn't actually participating. I was just looking, and like I'm behind someone else's eyes looking at what's going on. And I saw Hillary Clinton was laying on this sofa, and she looked nice and tapered and just very presentable. And she had her hands behind her head, and she had her legs just like gapped open, and there was this little girl who was between her legs, and she was having her do things that she should not have been doing, and sexual perversion and sexual exploitation of this child, this little girl who was like around 2 years old. And so suddenly all these bright lights, and even though the room was white, it was like the lights came on, and it was like blinding light. And so the lights came on, there was like cameras everywhere, and all these cameras were just on her like spotlight, and she just looked like a deer in headlights and was not expecting that. And all these people started to rush. It was like a set almost. They started to rush this, where she was, the room, and they rescued the child. They got the baby girl, and they started comforting her because she was crying. And it just this lady who was like a mom, came and she was comforting her. And then she was handcuffed. Hillary was handcuffed. So, and then I woke up. So I said, okay, Father, what is, I want to sit and ask, what are the details and the ramifications of this dream and the impact within the nation or whatnot. And so I sat with the Lord. So in a dream, just the basics, bare bone, how to interpret a dream, just with the bare minimal, is you want to look at the action, so what's being done. You want to look at the emotion, what's being felt in the dream, the overall emotion, and the setting. So the setting is actually what's going to be happening in your life or in a city, a nation, or whatever, the setting. So, and if there's questions on your heart as well, that's kind of could play into a dream. But the primary thing, like I said, is the actions, what's taking place, what's going on in the dream, the emotion behind the dream, and the setting. And then you overlay that with your waking world. So when you're awake, you apply that to the scenarios or whatever is actually going on in your waking world while you're awake. And that is a basic bare bone way to get an interpretation of your dreams, to help you understand. But anyhow, so that primary action was a sexual exploitation or a sexual perversion going on with this child, right? And the primary emotion to the dream was shock and awe. Not just shock for her, but I felt shock, because I was shocked when the lights came on. Like, I felt the shock and surprise just suddenly. And the overlay for me would be, I am a person who, I don't just have personal dreams. I dream about other different things. God shows me different things that are going on in individuals' lives, my city, the region, whatever, in the nation, because I'm an intercessor when it comes to government, within my region and where I am in my nation. So I do get a lot of different insights when it comes to what's going on. Not that I'm anything or anyone special, but I'm someone who actually is going to pray about it. So God entrusts me, and I'm sure a lot of individuals, to do that. So I do have, like I said, as God is allowing me to release these dreams that have been had, I'm doing that because He's wanting us to prepare. He's wanting to prepare His people for what's about to come. So the overall dream. So Hillary Clinton also, and now we look at the symbol. So you have the actions, emotions, the setting, right? And now you want to look at the symbol. So who's Hillary Clinton? What does she represent? And usually a person is going to represent their name, their functionality, or what their work, their job and what they do, and or is going to represent who they are to you. So Hillary is a representation of who she is. She is a politician in the Democratic Party, right? So she is a representation of that. Now, what she was doing is a representation of what is being done behind closed doors and what's being done in things that look presentable. It was white, so it looks like it's pure and good, but it's not. It was a false purity, a false goodness, but it wasn't. It was wicked, right? What she was doing. And so she is a representation in the dream of, like I said, the political party, the government, U.S. government, and the government of America right now that's in charge, specifically the Democratic Party. Now, I'm not going to get into that, Republican, Democrat, because both of them have snakes. And honestly, Jesus doesn't care what party you are, because He's not coming to take sides. He's coming to take over. So the gist of the dream, like I said, is it's representing the Democratic Party, and that is the avenue in which this is being carried out, with the abuse and the sexual exploitation of not just children. Now, this child is not just a representation of a child, like children. Yes, it is a representation of children, but also those who are young, those who are innocent, those who are naive, those who are spiritually not mature as well. So the child is not just a representation of little children, but it is a representation of the children and assault that's being implemented on the children, specifically within America at this time. And mind you, I had this dream months ago, like almost at the beginning of the year. So it's not in and all of the stuff that's been going on within culture has really revved up ever since then. So anyways, there's an exposure coming. The gist of the dream is, there's stuff going on in the American government that is behind closed doors that God is going to shine a light on and expose, and it's pertaining to children, exploitation of those who are innocent, those who are weak and cannot defend themselves, those who are maybe spiritually immature, or even those who are adults but just naive, or being forced to do things that they don't want to do. And so that is about to come. There's about to be a great exposure, and it's going to be by way of the media, because the media, the cameras, is going to be broadcast basically for everyone to see it. So that is the gist of the dream. Now, why God gave that to me is because I was waiting for Him to allow me to share this, not just this, but many other dreams He's given me in the past. Because there's a shift coming in the nation. There's a shift coming in the earth, and God will not be mocked, and He is going to have His way. So in order for, sometimes things have to get worse before they get better. And in order for things to get better, you have to expose the issues that are happening. So like I said, I'm not really into Republican, Democrat, whatever, to each his own. I am into God and His principles and His word, and predominantly the legislation and all of that, everything that has been passed has been propagated and done through the Democratic Party. That's just a fact. So, if you get mad about that, well, I really don't care, because, facts are, going to outweigh feelings anytime. So, anyhow, I'm saying this because God is wanting to prepare His people for what's coming. There's going to be shock and awe. And I think that is just the tip of the iceberg. So I wanted to share that. I know God is giving you guys dreams, and if you're in different nations, and I would love to hear, in the comments what those are, and pertaining to what God is doing in your nation or whatnot. But anyhow, I'm going to be doing this little segment every, however the Lord leads me, of prophetic insight, so that we can be aware of what's happening And like I always say, test the spirit by the spirit. Always go to the Lord. Like I say, he is the one who is a great interpreter. But also, if it doesn't bear witness with your spirit, then that's fine. Because time will prove if it is in fact from the Lord or not. But like I said, it is whatever. Just pray about it, and you go to the Lord for yourself regarding it. My duty is to obey him, so he's telling me to go ahead and start releasing these things, so that's what I'm doing. So anyhow, to help us prepare for what's coming. So I hope that was helpful. Like I said, don't forget to share your dreams with me in the comments and others, so that we can, get an insight to what God is doing in the nations, and we can be on the same page and not be taken by surprise by the enemy, and also just God wanting us to be gentle as doves, but wise as serpents in this hour. So hope that was helpful. Don't forget to like and subscribe. Until next time, I'll see you in the next video. Be healed, be whole, be free. Bye.